Hello boys and girls, it's been a long time since I did a video where we just crawl instead of build. Today we're going to do just that with these two trucks. In fact, we are going to have ourselves a little gated comp between them. They both have Mazz Designs Cheatcode chassis underneath, but one is based on the Class 1 version and the other Class 2. Although built to the regulations of different RCMCCA classes, they actually have a lot of similarities between them. I have a build video of both trucks, I'll link to them in the description, where I'll also list out all the parts that make up these trucks. The Toyota FJ is the Class 1. It is powered by a Furitek MicroKomodo paired to a Dlux Fab NOD-24 low center of gravity transmission controlled by a MicroPython ESC. The truck is sitting on Mazz Designs C-bolt double band links. The axles are the nylon MEUS isokinetic axles. I got 14% overdrive in the front and 20% underdrive in the rear. The tires are JConcepts megalithic in 57mm diameter, the maximum permitted for Class 1. I feel this truck is so capable that it can take on a Class 2. So today I'm going to pit it against this. This deadbolt is based on the version of Mazz Designs Cheatcode chassis with an angle skid, which is permitted in Class 2. It is powered by an Injora Fat Viper brushless motor. The ESC is a Furitek Python RXF, basically a Furitek Python Pro with a built-in receiver. It's on the Gladiator wheelbase. The links are also Mazz's titanium double band links. The axles are MEUS isokinetic but with aluminum housing. I have 33% overdrive in the front and stock ratio in the rear. The shocks are hot racing 36mm big bore shocks, the same as the ones on the Class 1. These are my favorite shocks. They're also set up the same between the two. No springs, no limiting straps in the front, and with soft springs in the rear. The tires are JConcepts ruptures. Class 2 allows up to 63mm diameter, so that's what these are. I actually built this truck about a year earlier than the Class 1, although many things have changed since its build video was posted. Alright, this showdown will take place through 10 separate stages, each comprised of single as well as multiple sets of gates. Let's see how the Class 1 stacks up against the Class 2. We'll start off easy with a couple of warm-up gates. Stage 1 would just be a single gate up a cliff with a small crest. How this works is points are added for various penalties. The truck that ends up with the lowest point is the winner. I'll add a link in the description to the RCMCCA rulebook. It explains everything clearly. As expected, this gate is a cakewalk for both trucks. Next up, we'll have them go down a steep descent. This is a bit more challenging for the Class 1 with a shorter wheelbase, but knowing exactly when to throttle out prevented it from flipping over. Alright, let's mix things up a little. Let's have the trucks go through two sets of tightly positioned gates. The longer and wider Class 2 took it a bit more slowly to squeeze through. That's it with the warm-up. Let's get to the more challenging gates. Stage 4 is a set of double gates up some stairs. The Class 1 is at a bit of a disadvantage here with its smaller tires. Next, let's take on some larger steps. Oops, I got a bit careless trying to keep as far right as possible and incurred the first penalty. I had to reverse a bit to get the shoulder truck over the final step. With this one, we'll use the clip face to lift up the front of the truck, then we can pull ourselves up onto the ledge on the right. Turns out it is pretty easy for both trucks. Stage 7 will be the last of the staircase challenge. The Class 1 pulled itself up without a problem. The Class 2 struggled a tiny bit more due to its longer wheelbase, but eventually made it up. Stage 8 will involve going up the smooth side, loop around, and descend down the steep side. We got ourselves the first flip over, but the truck landed right side up, so no penalty. Gate touch on the second attempt. The Class 2 is having a perfect run so far. How will it fare with this one? It went up relatively smoothly due to its larger tires. Oh, the body almost came off but popped back in place by itself, so no penalty. Next up, we'll go up this crack, then take a hard right to exit. Except for one small reverse, the Class 1 cleared the gates fairly easily. Let's see how the longer Class 2 does. On the second attempt, I took the turn extremely wide, and that unfortunately meant a gate touch and another. This has been a disastrous stage for the Class 2. On this final stage of our little competition, we are side-hilling up this slope to the finish. The Class 1 has taken the lead. If it doesn't make any mistakes here, it's guaranteed to become the winner. There we have it, folks. The Class 1 has won this round. I think because its narrower width and shorter wheelbase meant it's more nimble and agile, and is much easier to get it through these very tight gates. In the next video of this series, I'll be pitting my most capable Class 2 build against a truck that is built without the limitations of the class. Please subscribe to see it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.